Hello everyone! Welcome to yet another Unreal Engine devlog of my cool open world detective game. Today I wanna talk about something that's been driving my bonkers for the past few weeks. Yes, it's time to talk about story system. You see, before this update that I just did, the quests and dialogues in my game were like a train ride. You just had to sit back and go along for the ride. But not anymore. Now we've got multiple storylines running wild and free like a herd of cats in a yarn factory. Of course, getting here was no easy task. It might have been easier if I didn't have to rewrite the whole system, but my code was so buggy and imperfect that I had no escaping from it. As the scope of this update was huge, I had to get my code straight first. And despite the attempts, I was still going back and forward with removing redundant code and grown-in errors. The worst of it was fixing and updating UI though, as it was like trying to teach a goat to do calculus. It was messy, it was frustrating, and it was painfully boring. UI is generally extremely boring for me personally, so the fact that I had to spend over 3 weeks first on fixing it and then on updating it is something that I truly hate my game for. But now I can finally choose the quest that I want to track and show up on a compass, usually correctly. Still, this part of my code is the most crappy and it fires a lot of redundant events, which I will have to optimize in the future. The fun part came when I finally got my code working well with UI. Now, game choices actually matter. That's right, your dialogue choices can now send quests down the toilet faster than a bad burrito. It can also crash the editor. But it's the price I'm willing to pay to simulate non-linear story. And simulate is a keyword here, as my story is still very much linear. But as a player you don't know it, as I intentionally don't differentiate main story from reroute story in Journal. And to be honest, I actually prefer my reroute quests than the main line. Last but not least improvement is related to conditions. Yes! The quests can now have conditions on start and end, and they can even trigger various actions in story. This gives an amazing opportunity to really influence what is happening in game and which parts of story are omitted or executed based on the game choices. But every coin has two sides. Let's just say, if you don't cross all your T's and dot all your I's, you might as well be chasing unicorns on a unicycle. Yes, it's prone to errors. But hey, after 2 long months of banging my head against the keyboard, I finally got this thing working like a charm, kinda. Let me tell you, it feels like I just ran a marathon, backwards, in quicksand. So there you have it, folks. The joys and perils of updating a story system. Thanks for showing up, and I'll catch you on the flip side. You know the drill, don't like, don't subscribe, and I see ya when I see ya. Bye bye!